Hi, I'm Drew, a drag queen visiting Orlando with my brother Grant, his dog Obi, and then another dog named Reba, and she's kind of mean to Obi. I don't love it. I don't love
She's
it.
from the streets. My name is Grant, and I'm in Florida as always, but now my brother is here.
Whoa.
And I have 4 kids, former pastor, all this stuff. This week's episode, we show our crotches a lot.
Yeah, Grant set up the camera like this.
I think it's great. I think it's great to have a full body shot sometimes.
Yeah, no, that's always, everyone's like, can you just get me from underneath?
Hey, let's Sharon
Is
Stone
it
it real quick.
possible?
Let's Sharon Stone it real quick.
Okay. Oh. Wait, I didn't like what leg I started on. Wait, let's start on the same leg. Okay, go ahead.
Wait, now we do it again?
Yeah.
I'm not doing the full. Oh, Obi tried.
Obi! Enjoy the show.
Enjoy the show, everybody. Oh, we talk about Kenneth Copeland.
Oh, yeah, we do.
We talk about Kenneth Copeland. That's what the
Sorry.
show's about. Enjoy the show.
Hello, I'm Drew, and I'm gay. Ooh, I'm back.
That was quite a pause.
I couldn't remember if it was that or if I said I live in LA.
That's the big one.
Intro. This is just a joke. This is meaningless. Hey, I'm Drew. I'm gay. This is stupid.
I'm Grant, and I'm straight, and I'm not high currently. I'm one of 2 creatures on this couch not high.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is Obi. This is my dog Obi.
Don't say his name too much. Reba will hear, and she'll come over.
Oh, there's another dog in the room. They're both asleep.
Oh, okay.
We're trying to leave
Never
it that
mind.
way.
Yeah,
he's just a potato.
I want all of you to know
He's a big
something right here,
potato.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
In Florida, they don't have fun, happy weed store. They have medical weed store.
Mm-hmm.
And
Drew can't handle it.
And I buy fun, happy weed store weed, so I know it's not as strong as medicine because I don't have cancer knowingly. And I'm going to Costa Rica tomorrow.
Yeah.
And by tomorrow, I mean literally like in like 6 hours. And
I gotta drive you.
Yeah, you do. Not to Costa Rica, to the airport. Don't worry. And what? What's it talking about? Oh, yeah. So
this is gonna be a good one.
I told Grant to if I could have one, and he brings out this like giant plastic. It's medical. It's like a medical tube that has gummies in it. It's not cute. There's not like characters on it. It's just
a tube.
It's a white tube. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever.
You can conceal it.
And I just took
in
one.
Your prison pocket.
I just took one. I'm over the moon. And I told, and that's low for me, one. And I timed it, I thought, because Grant's like, we'll do it when the kids go to bed. But it's the weekend. They don't go to bed till midnight, but that's okay. No worries.
It's okay. They're fine.
And then the kids went to bed, and then Grant wanted to keep hanging out with me, like personally, just wanted to talk to me, didn't want to record it, just wanted to be like brother alone with brother,
I'm tired of everyone else getting our best interactions, and I wanted
let's be honest,
I wanted something real.
And so I understand that. So we didn't come in here until like 12:20 or so. And then Grant's like, I got this set up. It's fine. Everything's brand new. And I will set it up quickly. And it is now 1:46. So the gummy hit at a time where I thought I'd be getting in bed.
So that's the thing is like, remember the episode that I got really high?
No.
That's the gummy I took. What's got you going right now,
dude? It's fucked up.
I know. That's what I recorded on.
They should have this for cancer.
Yeah,
I think cancer should take this.
That's what it's for.
Yeah. Wait, for the cancer?
It gives you cancer. So this is my house. We're in my house right now.
This is my house. I am what it says I am.
I have what it says I have. I can do what it says I can do. Tonight I'll be sitting in my house. I messed it up.
We used to pledge allegiance to the Bible, and I'm not kidding.
So Joel Osteen.
This is my Bible. I am who
I am what it says I am. I have what it says I have. I can do what it says I can do. This morning I will be taught the word of God. I boldly confess. My mind is alert. My heart is receptive. I'll never be the same. I'm about to receive the incorruptible, indestructible, ever-living seed of the word of God. I will never be the same. Amen. Never, never, never.
Oh, I forgot never.
I will never be the same. In Jesus' name. Amen.
That's what you had to do to open your Bible.
So that's a Joel Osteen thing. And
I love that guy.
the evangelical church that we were part of, the mega church we were part of, was so rich and had a giant building. Look it up, Blvd Baptist Church, if you haven't looked it up yet. It's ginormous.
It's too big.
It's insane. They used to call it Six Flags Over Jesus. We would
They stopped doing that though because it wasn't funny.
We would judge Joel Osteen about like he's so materialistic.
I got to be honest though, if anyone can fit a camel through the eye of a needle, it's Joel Osteen.
Is that like a rear entry sexual innuendo?
It's a Bible verse, Grant.
Isn't it? It's been gone a long time.
It's easier to get for a candle to through the eye of a needle.
No, candle in the wind. Easier for candle to survive in the wind.
Camel.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier for a camel to go through the needle.
It's too easy
for a rich man.
He's high like
for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. I will tell you this. So funny.
Here we go. Can I see you up here? See what I did?
That's a different show.
Can I see you up here?
That's the show with whose coattails we have reached upon.
No, but you do the back here. I'm flipping it.
I know. I can't tell if you're doing a bit. Okay, so Angela is
my wife.
Thank you. Now it's funny.
My wife.
Angela is so sweet. She's so incredibly sweet. And now that she's not in the church anymore, she's allowed to speak up and use her voice and tell how she feels.
Well, when she's outside the house.
But she doesn't know how exactly. But she doesn't exactly know how to do it yet because this is new for her to have a voice. And whenever she just learned what gaslight means. So whenever she feels
This is true. It's a complete true story.
We were in the car. Sorry to brag. We were in a car.
Yeah.
And what was I can't remember the reason.
It was the comforter on your bed upstairs.
So I'm staying in Piper's room and she has the same comforter as Curtis and I do.
Because that was
cool.
She's so cool.
She's very cool.
She is really cool.
Y'all, Piper is so cool, so talented, and so mean. I'm obsessed with her.
She's so mean.
I want to be her. Anyway,
she's so scary.
She's so scary. Right? No, she's so. We would know. We would know if she could.
Please don't come down here.
No, but we were just saying like she was like Angela's like, what color? Wait, which one are you talking about? And I was like, the orange one. And she goes, you mean mustard yellow? I was like,
which we do have a mustard yellow. So I thought she was confused.
And that's what I kept saying. I was like, there's no way you think that that's yellow, blah, blah, blah. And we were being very serious. And then Angela thinks that we've planned a bit, which to her credit.
That's true. She always thinks we're doing a bit.
To her credit, we often are.
Yeah, because otherwise we have to talk about our emotions and feelings and
oh my God, you won't believe the stories I have about our dad. Turns out, not a good guy.
Huh.
Yeah. Angela in the car just starts screaming, okay? She doesn't have a loud voice. She starts screaming, gaslight, gaslight, gaslight. It was...
Stop gaslighting.
It was wild. And then I was like, I will FaceTime Curtis right now and ask him what color our bedspread is. And even that, she was like, nah.
And we pulled it up on target.com and looked at
before the boycott.
Yes, this was purchased before the boycott. DEI. We're for DEI. So we pulled it up.
Darby eating insects.
What kind of insects you like to eat?
Oh, Grant, sorry. Drag Race Corner. That's actually something drag queens say to each other. They say, girl, you look like you've been eating some insects. And that's like good makeup.
I don't know if I can trust you because you don't even know what reheating someone's nachos means.
If you go back and watch that clip, I got a lot closer than you did. Like you didn't know it existed.
Close only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes. Thank you, Nick Nixon.
Wait, what?
Dad, you say that all the time. Close only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes.
You're forgetting the last part. Close only count in the hand grenades and whistles. What? What was it? Hand grenades and whistles?
You are so high right now.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm tired.
No,
it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
No, not your time. It's
close only matters.
Nope.
Say it again.
Go again. One more time.
Say it again.
You say it all the way and then I'll say it.
Close only matters with horseshoes and grenades.
Close.
What?
Close only counts with hand grenades and horseshoes.
Hand grenades and horseshoes. Okay, let's take it back.
I'm not cutting this out.
Grant.
Why are you trying to do a clean cut?
Because I have a funny joke.
Okay, go ahead.
No, but Grant, you forgot the last part. He would say, close only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes. You faggot.
He would only say that to you.
Yeah, do you see?
He didn't say it to me.
It was worth the time.
Angela screams gaslight all the time. And you know
very funny.
You know what's wild? is she ends up inadvertently gaslighting us.
Yeah.
Because I go, am I crazy?
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at
She
it.
takes everything as a bit, but we're telling her the truth. And then she's like, no, that's not true. And it's like, wait.
My wife has always done.
Wait, who?
My wife.
Thank you.
Has always done this thing, and it's her dad. Her dad does it too.
I love that guy.
Where
he's so fun.
Where you can present like clear, like they can be like, well, did you know that your yard is actually blue? You're like, well, that's not true. Like, look, well, let's just go look at it. And you could take them out there and they can see that it's green. And Alan will say this, and Angela says it all the time. She'd go, I don't know about that.
That honestly makes sense.
And then that's the end of it. Yeah. Like, and then you can go, no, it is. Look at it. It's green. And they'll go, I mean, I don't know about that.
That's kind of perfect. I mean, you can't argue with that. You can't argue with that.
Well, I don't know about that. So we were in the car together because, look, this is my house. Drew is here. This is the first time we recorded together.
This is the first time I've been in this house.
I couldn't believe that when you came in. I thought
you were in church for a really long time.
I wasn't allowed to have you here.
Yeah.
They would watch me.
Yeah.
They'd be like, the person who walked in your house
the more
like one of them.
And the more they watch, the hornier I get. And we just couldn't do that.
Do you guys see what you're doing? You're all watching. You're all helping him. If you're not watching us, we have
drive faster.
Look at the mic cables we have. I was proud of this. Drew has a blue mic cable. I have a red mic cable.
Grant.
Twinnuendo.
This one's red. That one's
blue. Shut up. Don't. Drew.
Gaslight. Sorry.
I don't know about that.
You know what?
I don't know about that.
No, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. The other thing I was thinking was that this is the first time anyone's seen that we have legs. Remember there's that big conspiracy on Reddit going around that we didn't have legs?
Oh, yeah. They just thought we had more torso.
We were attached to the torso. We were separated the torso.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Listen, anytime someone sees me in public and I have legs, they comment on it. And I love it because I love my legs. So, Ariel wishes.
Drew won't probably talk about it. Well, yeah, he's a narcissist, but I'll bring it up. He got recognized today in Orlando in Ulta. Why?
Why are you bringing it up?
I think it's exciting.
It just happens so often. It's hard to pinpoint. No, can I tell you? Can I be honest? Okay.
No.
Hi, Celine.
Is that who you met?
Well, that's her drag name. Why am I remembering that one? Oh, Frankie, I think is. It doesn't matter. But Celine.
Your name does matter.
I'm gonna talk about IMHO. I doubt she watches this. Anyway. No, of course, Grant. I loved it. I love getting recognized anywhere, anytime.
You do.
The problem was Piper, the person I've been trying to impress the entire trip because she is terrifying, had just walked away. And so it's just me and Angela and Celine/Frankie. And he's like, I'm so sorry. This is weird. Are you Darby?
You could have set it back up.
I was like, fuck. No, sorry, I didn't hear you. What? But your daughter's so short.
You could have set it back up. You could have said, hey, do you see that little scary girl over there? And they'd be like, yeah, all of us have agreed not to help her.
No, okay. But when Piper finally came back and we were chatting with him and then he walked away, she was like, who is that? Do you know him? Angela, I almost said like, oh yeah, you recognized me. It was so fun. Like I wanted to kind of brag to her so that she could be impressed. And Angela immediately goes, oh, that's just one of Drew's friends. And I was like, no. And I said, no, he's not
Southern like that. But I like that you put the.
Sometimes she sounds Southern.
That's just one of Drew's friends.
Oh, that's just one of Drew's friends.
She just say y'all.
That's just one of Uncle Drew's friends. And I was like, no, he's not. No, he just recognized me. It was crazy. But I had already lost.
No, and that's what you said. You said, no, he recognized me. And then Angela goes, I don't know about that.
And then I went, wait,
huh?
That's my college roommate. Yeah, that works. I'm gonna start saying that.
It is exciting to be here now in this place. We have this dog that we get to share as a connection point.
He's so sweet. He slept with me last night. Anytime you move at any point in the night, he doesn't get mad. He just gets up.
He might
repositions, lays back on top of you.
He's a half pug, half pit bull,
and it doesn't look good. It's not. It's not. I wouldn't say it's a popular boutique breed. It's not a boutique breed.
Pit pug.
Yeah.
Pug pit.
Honestly, pit pug sounds right. This is a pit pug. This pug's a pits.
He's
so sweet.
he's just a potato. He's a potato.
Well,
You'll see his face at some point.
No, I doubt it.
You bought the feeder. You bought the feeder we use.
Yeah, I didn't tell you to keep it on all the time.
Well, it's plugged up. It's not battery powered.
They're not cats.
No, they're dogs.
Okay. I want to just kind of pull the curtain aside and just let y'all know it is in fact 2 a.m. here, and I'm so tired. So tomorrow I'm going to Costa Rica to see Paola, and to meet my future, I don't know, what do you call my husband? My mister? To meet my future mister. Paola's dad. And he's a hot Costa Rican Mr. Bean.
I know he doesn't listen to this, and I don't know. I'm not convinced Paola does either. But Drew, your attraction to this man
is perfect.
It's
never changed.
It's some traumatic bond from your past.
Mr. Bean, yeah.
What did Mr. Bean do to you?
Maybe it was on in the background when something was being done.
Do you remember in other people who grew up in youth groups, do you remember, did this happen to you? Do you remember that like our youth group got really obsessed with old Mr. Bean videos, and they would show them on Sunday? Maybe this was after you left.
During praise and worship songs?
They would show them on Sunday mornings, like, because it was clean.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And Phil, our old youth pastor,
may he rest in hell.
He did.
He's so dead. I'm so bummed.
You know, there was a one of the last photos of him, like all these pastors came over to like anoint him with oil and pray over him because he was dying. And they put all these pictures up. And Drew, if I die before you, and let's be honest, I'm going to.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be around that long.
You have 4 kids. I don't want to be around anymore. Move well.
I don't want to be around.
Yeah.
But if
I don't want to be here anymore.
Are you saying you don't want to be alive because of the prank?
I don't want to be alive anymore.
If I ever dwindle slowly like that, am eaten away by an aggressive disease.
Hell yeah, brother.
Please don't let anyone take pictures of me. Don't do that.
Oh, okay. Here's where we differ.
Don't do that.
Here's where we differ. I find death and dying so interesting, and I think it's because we as a society, we don't talk about it enough. And so
this is a high
when everyone is saying you can't talk about this, we can't talk about this, we have to sanitize death, we're sanitizing death, you can't have a funeral in a house, what are you doing? Sanitize. Then it's so mysterious that you get so intrigued by it that it does become entertainment at some point, because it's just all you think about because you're not allowed to talk about it.
Well, like coffin flops, are you talking about? That's entertaining.
Yeah, well, they fall hard. But what?
You don't know what you're talking about?
Yes, I do. Yes. But then, so when it's my turn to go, I've sowed the seed of death as entertainment. I must reap what I sow. You can take all the pictures of me that you want. If I'm a little skeleton and I'm shitting all over, guess what? I would love to see that picture. Do it.
Well, you won't anymore because your eyes will have fallen out of your head.
Oh my God, take pictures of those.
You have eye disease.
I want my obituary to start. Drew died like this. This is what it looked like. He's left behind. Because there's nothing I hate more than an obituary
that doesn't tell you.
He's gone. How?
Exactly. I want it to be honest. Drew died of autoerotic asphyxiation.
Okay, that would make me so cool. Instant legend.
In Disney World. Yeah, be honest about it. Put it out there. Put it out there. That French pavilion. It'll get you every time.
Do you have Ratatouille?
Ratatouille, yeah.
Is it there now?
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't there last time I was there. Not to call it out or anything.
It's not great. To be honest, it's not great.
Yeah, but you get moved around like a mouse. That's fun.
It's not great.
I love being moved around.
It's tough being a mouse. Sorry.
Your entire neighborhood is covered in pollen. The entire everything.
We pay extra for that.
You're getting your money's worth.
Drew, the thing I wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah, brother. Is my wiener visible?
Can I tell you that I keep crossing my legs because I'm having the exact same thought. I'm like, am I just
okay? I have a big shirt.
Am I just putting it out there? Because I normally love to man spread
and mansplain.
That's my.
Don't tell Angela. Don't tell Angela what mansplain means. She'll scream.
Gaslight. No, she'll scream that I'm mansplaining everything.
Mansplain. Okay, I will say I had the best time with Ange. We went to Witt's basketball game. So how old are they? 10, 11, 10?
10, 11, yeah.
Yeah.
10, 11. I didn't go.
Because of all the stops and everything. It was an hour. It was almost an hour. and the final score was 8-2.
But who got that dub?
The what?
The W, the win.
Oh, Whit. They won. Whit's really good. Not at shooting basketball. He sucks. But stealing a basketball or getting in people's way, he's so good at that.
Yeah, he's a great defender.
Anyway, it was super fun. But Angela was like, I said something because we walk in. It's a very, it's straight Southern white men.
What?
Was 90% of that room.
Yeah.
Which is just not my specialty.
Really? Okay.
In my youth, of course.
Yeah.
You know, that was what led me to where I am today. But
drama.
So as we're sitting there, one of them was undeniably hot. Just extremely hot.
I know you're talking about Rick.
I was like, oh, they don't make wait, I was gonna say they don't make Adam and Eve, they make Rick and Steve.
That's it. That's the saying.
Oh my God, I haven't thought about this in years. Rick and Steve was a claymation, like Moral Oral, about two gay guys in a neighborhood that was built like kind of Legolandish. And it was just them like going out and being like, hey, bitches, and like doing poppers. It was like a series.
On what?
Logo. That little tiny network that RuPaul's Drag Race started on. They had two shows, Rick and Steve and RuPaul. Anyway.
Hey, bitch, let's do poppers.
Hey, bitch, let's do poppers. That's comedy. Have I ever told you that story?
We're doing it.
About the best faggot interaction, not interaction, the best faggot on display I'd ever seen driving a Jetta.
Well, hang on. That's the category? Is the best
have I ever
driving a Jetta?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Yeah. Okay, great. It's a big category. A lot of faggots drive Jettas. I was walking down Broadway. I was at Belmont. I was waiting to cross the street. This car is waiting to turn left, and he doesn't have a left turning light. He just has the green light.
No.
So the crosswalk is walk, and he's in this red Jetta. He is blasting Britney Spears. This is like 2009.
Yeah, good time for Britney. 2009. Historically, she was doing really well.
Oh, yeah, I guess it wasn't real. Well, she's been, bless her heart. So, listen, the conservatorship wasn't great, but there's got to be some sort of guardrails. I am concerned. But
I think we should crowdsource the conservatorship. I think that was a problem.
Oh, yeah, we should go fund her.
We really care.
Let's go fund her.
We could take care of her.
Anyway, but this woman starts to cross the street because she has the cross symbol. And I guess this twink was just jamming so hard, he just didn't think to look at the crosswalk. And so
the thing directly in front of him?
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, he was feeling it. Stronger. And he makes the turn, obviously immediately not runs into her, but immediately she's right in front of him. So he slams on the brake and the woman like runs to like kind of get out of his way.
Mm-hmm.
No, he didn't slam the brakes. He almost hit her, and she luckily saw him like not stopping. So she kind of like ran away. And as she's like running away, he just kept going, and he kind of noticed, and he went, and he put his hand out through the sunroof, and he went, "Sorry, bitch." He didn't stop or anything. "Sorry, bitch." And I just remember I was standing in front of the Gap. It's not there anymore, I don't think. I'm standing in front of the Gap, and I'm just looking around like, did anyone else hear that? Did anyone? That was so funny.
That's fantastic.
It was great. We're at the basketball game.
Okay. I hope he takes those pills you told me about. Oh, we talked about that before we introed. So non-Patreon people
what
know
pills?
what I'm talking about. You said that gay people take HIV preventing pills.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the other one? So you don't get
Doxypap.
You don't get the clap.
Mm-hmm. Doxypap.
That's amazing. I don't know anything about
As someone who has had gonorrhea and chlamydia many times in my life, I just want to say,
are you sitting on a towel?
Do it once. No, that's how I got it the first time. We're at this game, and I turn to Angela, and I says, "This way," says to
my wife.
I says Angela. I says this. I says, "Angela, that guy is so hot." And she was like, "Oh my God, yes, I saw him when we walked in," and we just both kind of giggled.
Whoa,
hang on, ladies.
Whoa. Hang on a second.
No, he was in her way. She said, "Oh my God, I saw him when he walked in because he was in my way," and I was so mad.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Because I'm assuming that she's can only be attracted to me for the rest
Was
of
the
her life.
point of this camera setup to get clear crotch shots?
Well, people paid a lot extra. Yeah, there are some crotch shots going on.
Why are we filming from down below?
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna leave that part in. I mean,
No, we've been talking about it too much. Now it's the third character.
So we have to leave the crotches in.
Anyway,
twin crotch.
So she says that she had also noticed that a man was standing there, and she was like, "Oh my god, wait, I never get to like talk about this kind of stuff." And she's like, "What other men do you think are hot?" No, wait, let me guess. She immediately guesses like someone that I was not into at all. Then we just talked through each man in all of the bleachers, which was so. There's something about
excellent.
There's something about being in that environment and being able to be just like a giggly little faggot with my sister-in-law. Like it just felt so. I don't know. It felt powerful. Like you can't hurt me. I don't think you're hot.
She immediately came home and told me about it. She's like,
did?
I had so much fun.
Oh, wow.
And she's like, I was just talking with Drew about who I thought was hot.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's awesome. Good for you.
One guy, she goes, okay, obviously with like a different haircut, but he's kind of cute, right? And I was like, no, not with 100 different haircuts. And then I was like,
no one would look cute with 100 different haircuts.
And then I was like, okay, fine. There is one guy that I did lie, and I was like, no, but in actuality, I would.
She told me this. She was like, we agreed on everything. She goes, except there was this one guy.
Yeah. And I was like, listen, I love an ugly, married, used to be athletic, has settled into a little more comfortable lifestyle now, but there's still elements of the athleticism visible in his body. And mean. He looked really mean. And I was like, that one. And she did say, to her credit, she said, okay, I can see that. But she said it like that. And I was like, I know. And I was like, well, you picked that guy with that haircut. Then he turned around and he looked like a dirty 20-year-old.
That's the time to say for her to use her catchphrase of, I don't know about that.
Shit, that would have fucked me up.
But she doesn't.
Well, I did immediately tell her, and I know it's because of trauma. I know that's why I find that attractive. But yeah, I hooked up with the guy. It's fun.
She did say you didn't see the end of the game, but I didn't even put two and two together.
But I did see the end of his cock.
Did he have a head or not? Was he circumcised or not?
He did. He had a full head.
I can't remember if we talked about that.
I think that was
Patreon only.
That was Patreon. So just to catch you up, the first porno I ever saw was 10 seconds of Pamela Anderson giving Tommy Lee head, and so the head of his penis never came out of her mouth, and so I thought that's what circumcised meant. That when you get circumcised, they just chop the whole head off.
So until he was 36 years old,
until I was like 16, I thought I was uncircumcised because I had the head of a penis, and I was like, oh man. Jews don't even get to experience that. That sucks.
Yeah, the world's really have to get them.
Ooh, I didn't like that. I said Jews. Jewish men. That sucks. The head is the best part. It is for the owner of it.
Yeah, I like having one. I'd rather not. I'd rather not have one.
It's rad, and sometimes it's red. But yeah,
red as hell.
Anyway. Yeah, so we had so much fun. We just got to be like little girlies. And then I was like, I need to know all the like crazy stuff that happens. And she told me this guy walked in that was clearly on something and had been in the sun for
he runs the
40
league.
years. Yeah.
He runs the league. And he looks like he's tweaking all the time.
He is the Florida man. Like when he walked in, I was like, yes, of course we're in Florida. And she goes, oh, that's blah, blah, blah. He runs the league. And she goes, he's kind of off his rocker or something like that. Like she it was just like he's kind of weird, huh? And I'm like, I'm looking at a man methed out of his mind wearing a visor.
Looks like, yeah.
He's weird. He's a bit off. Yeah.
Yeah, she's just too sweet. She can't admit when someone's on meth. It makes it really dangerous for her to take her kids in public.
Yeah, she does. She just let a lot of people hold the kids.
And they're like, can I hold your kids?
And they're teenagers. That's the weirdest part.
So, Drew, not only have you traveled here far, wherever you are, you recently, as we talked about last week, you were in Charlotte. And that's actually what's inspired our topic today.
Yes.
Because you stayed across the street from
a mile away, unfortunately. I wish it was across
You
the
stayed
street.
a mile away from
The Billy Graham Library and Museum.
the Billy Graham Library and Museum. And so
Billy Graham.
I think we did
That's
end
his
up
theme.
talking a little bit about him, but Billy Graham.
You said he was a great guy.
I didn't say he was a great guy.
Fucked thing to
I
say.
said that of when you think through all of the televangelists, he was a pretty decent human being.
Yeah. No. Yes.
Especially for his time.
Sure.
Not a progressive thinker.
No.
Well, he was when it came to race.
Oh, good. Give him point. The fuck?
Well, he was.
Well, now we're suddenly defending Billy Graham. Wow.
It was during the civil rights movement.
I didn't bring up race. You decided
and you never do.
You decided
You
to
never
bring it
do. Because he's like, I think God targets got rid of DEI. I don't think about race anymore.
Oh, God. Can I tell you, I have not found avoiding Target difficult, but being down here.
Until today.
Being down here.
My kids love it.
Your kids love it. There's a super Target, which I didn't know was a thing.
Really? It's just a Target with a grocery store.
Isn't that just Target?
It is now. They used to be called Super Target.
Oh, okay. I did. And
what did you think the difference was? What did you think made it super?
It's everyone has superpowers. Everyone that works there can see through your bags to make sure you didn't steal anything.
And they, when they're looking at other stuff too, they giggle. You know what they're looking at.
That mole. I am worried about it.
That
no,
coin
so
slot.
I went to Home Goods, and if that got rid of DEI, I don't want to know. Okay,
I'll find out.
I love how insane. No, please don't look it up. I can't take that on.
Go ahead. Keep doing your thing. I'm not going to look it up. I'm going to look something else up.
So listen. If a child wants to go into Target, that's not my place to say it can't. But I'm going to go to Home Goods.
Please don't call my kids it. You say it all the time.
I'm not. I don't.
You say it to their face.
To be fair, I haven't asked their pronouns.
Okay.
This feels safer.
Home Goods.
No, don't, Grant. That'd be so fucked up.
I'm not going to tell you.
I did buy something there. I bought something there.
Let me ask you a hypothetical. If they did get rid of their DEI program.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Would you want to know?
Did they?
They did not. They still have a DEI program.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that means Marshalls and TJ Maxx are safe as well.
Listen,
you're good.
I'm happy to lose if we have to lose. Obviously, I know I'm not centering myself in this. I understand. I apologize to everyone. Everyone. You thank God. I went into that Home Goods.
Thank him.
I went into that
Praise
Home
him.
Goods, and Piper took me over to Marshalls because they're connected, and
which sucks because it's the same registers, so the line will literally wrap around the store.
And that's.
But we wait. We wait,
and nevertheless, we persisted.
We prevailed.
It's crazy. I just had a great time, and I just hate to think that could have been tainted.
It wasn't. Your taints are clean.
And thanks for not getting your kids involved in any sort of DEI boycotts. I don't want your kids to be political.
I don't either.
Good.
They have the rest of their life to boycott things. They'll get started soon enough.
With this podcast. Starting with this podcast.
They'll boycott us. Oh, look. Obi showed his face. Oh, he's back.
It's cute, but it's cute because it looks like that. He's so sweet.
Now he's hiding it. He knows what you're saying about him. So back to old Billy Graham. So Billy Graham he was kind of the first televangelist. He became this incredibly famous evangelist, and he would sell out stadiums around the world. He preached to. It
was before internet.
Yeah.
People didn't have internet.
He preached to hundreds of millions of people, and his main thing was the sinner's prayer. So his whole thing was that if you need to accept Jesus into your heart and you'll be saved. And so that was his thing, was I want you to pray this prayer. And he honestly kind of pioneered it. And then he went around and did it forever and ever. Did you ever go see Billy Graham crusade?
No.
They're very famous. We did. I remember going.
Family?
No, I mean when our youth group did, which I always thought was funny. But he basically he was the most famous evangelical Christian ever.
Yeah. He did a really good job.
So he had these. I mean, he did a rally overseas somewhere where there were, I don't know, it was 1 million people ended up attending over 2 days or something.
Literally, though, there was no TV, no internet. This was the same time people were going to crime scenes to look at bodies. They didn't have
pictures. He preached to 215 million people in 185 countries.
Great.
And starting with President Truman all the way up to Obama, he was an advisor to every president.
That's a bummer.
Well,
They're the minority.
Well,
they need representation.
Christians. We're Judeo-Christian nation. Popper, no.
Now who's Southern?
Popper, no.
Popper, no.
I knew that lorazepam.
I feel like I'm on lorazepam.
And then he has a piece of shit son, Franklin Graham, who's still alive, who is a Christian nationalist, who is a huge supporter of President Trump. He's a huge piece of shit.
Neat.
That's cool. But Drew,
yeah,
where this led us was Drew said, "I'd really like to talk about televangelists. I think that'd be funny."
Yeah.
And I said, "Who do you want to talk about?" And he said, "Who's that crazy guy who did like the demons in the tube? Isn't that the video you referenced?" We're gonna get to that.
Yes.
So
I don't know.
So I said, "Oh, you're talking about Kenneth Copeland, where Inside Edition came up and confronted him."
That was it. That was it. Yes.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, you're talking about Kenneth Copeland. Yes, Kenneth Copeland is a maniac.
Yeah.
Let's dive deep into Kenneth Copeland's life and watch some viral videos of him." And so we're gonna do that. But Drew, I thought what would be better than just me telling you facts about Kenneth Copeland's life?
I have to guess facts.
I made it into a quiz.
Hell yeah, brother.
Are you ready?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm smarter when I'm
This is a Kenneth Copeland quiz segment of the show.
Okay.
Let's start with
Wait, there's no theme song?
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
We're gonna edit it in post.
Oh, great.
Do you want to do it now? Well, we practiced it earlier. Yeah, you did. We practiced earlier. Are you ready?
Oh.
1, 2, 3. Kenneth. No, hang on. No, you follow me. Remember? Because I gave. Okay, ready? Kenneth. Okay, I know you're excited. I know you really care about Jesus. It starts with Kenneth.
Today at Witt's basketball game, whenever he'd get excited, like after he'd do a good pass or something, everyone's cheering for him, he'd go. He would just kind of stim out for like a second, and it was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
He does that. He does that when he watches YouTube, when he gets really excited, like something crazy's going on. He
also does this. If you're sitting next to him,
he does. Well, he
just rubs your arm.
He puts his hand up your sleeve. It's got to be skin on skin.
It's the back of his hand.
He used to do it as a baby, and we thought he'd grow out of it, but he's about to be 11.
I don't want him to ever grow out. I mean, well, yeah, eventually.
Yeah, at some point. Soon. Thank you for the opportunity of for this job interview. I really appreciate it. I'm a little nervous, if you don't mind.
Just gonna rub your arm real quick.
But he did it. I mean, I was driving him to school the other day, and he was rubbing his own arm because he will. And then he said, "Hey, Dad, can I have your arm?" I was like, "Why?" And he said, "I just want to rub your arm. I'm tired of rubbing mine." And I went, "Sure." And
maybe he can chat with an OT, and they can give him a fake arm. The state can pay for it.
He can just carry it around.
Yeah.
Drew.
Yeah.
How the fuck did we get to
that? We were doing the theme song, and then that was it. That was the Witt story is part of it.
Kenneth Copeland. Kenneth Copeland is our guy.
A guy's Kenneth Copeland, and he's here to say, it's okay to be rich, but not to be gay. You want to say but you can't because you're a dude.
Mm-hmm.
You want to...
Big Willie style.
What?
Will Smith wrote this. Sorry, Will Smith co-wrote this. So
Can I say...
Fresh Prince.
Chris Rock might be over the slap. I'm not. Why is that?
I'm not. I don't know why I can't forgive him.
I mean, it's not stopping me from watching anything he does.
What have you watched that Will Smith has done? You watch Emancipation? No one watched Emancipation.
No, but
Will
I support
Smith
the idea of it. Always
the idea of the movie? The concept of emancipation?
Yes.
Perfect.
I think it's important.
Across the board?
I don't know about that.
He hasn't done anything. What's he done? He just released a new rap song, rap song?
I just meant like I can separate the art from the artist with him because I like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. If I ever want to watch a Will Smith movie, I don't think twice, is what I'm saying. Whereas, I don't watch Woody Allen movies.
Well, you never did.
But I'm not going to start. Yeah, I can't run. Listen, I try to run away from Will Smith, and he just slaps me back.
That's definitely coming through the mic. That's Obi snoring for everyone listening.
Okay.
He's struggling. He's struggling down there.
Pug shouldn't be alive.
You okay, big boy?
You ever heard a pug try to breathe through its nose and only its nose?
It's a pug asking you to kill it.
It's poor design.
Why should it be here?
Yeah.
French bulldogs are the same way. All right, so Drew, Kenneth Copeland quiz number 1.
Mm-hmm.
What's his net worth? I'm gonna give you multiple choice. Here we go.
Okay. Oh, thank God. Okay.
A, 80 million.
Ugh, poor, gross.
B, 150 million.
Ugh, poor, gross.
C, 300 million. D, 760 million.
Wait, what's the highest one?
760 million. D.
Yeah.
Sorry, C, 300 million.
What a poor little bitch.
300
How does he even preach on that amount of money? How does he reach people? Who's listening to that guy?
He takes loans. So Kenneth Copeland, this is a great point. So Kenneth Copeland is a part of the prosperity gospel. Like that's like what they teach. And the prosperity gospel, basically, again, that if you have enough faith and if you give enough money to God,
you have to give it to him to give it back.
You'll be healthy, wealthy, and wise. And so he's a huge proponent of that. And because of that, he's worth $300 million. That's pretty cool. On that same note, Drew, how many jets has he owned?
Has he owned or currently owns?
Has he owned?
3?
Has he owned A, 1?
No.
B, 3?
Yes.
C, 5? D, 7?
3.
You're right.
Yeah.
3.
Well, because I remember when he was in that tube and the reporter was like, hey, what's up with this plane thing? And he's like, we're getting a second plane and it's not wrong, you bitch.
And he said, it's Tyler Perry. He's a great guy. He bought Tyler Perry's old plane.
He did?
He's a great guy. So he says, he made it so cheap. He made it so cheap. I had to buy it. That's what he said. I had to buy it. You're doing really good on this, by the way.
Thank you. Well, I only got 1 out of 2. So
what was his first profession? Was he A, a pilot, B, a salesman, C, a country singer, or D, an accountant? Trickier.
I like salesman.
You like salesman?
Well, he feels kind of...
He's selling Jesus.
Yeah, he feels kind of like a door-to-door salesman, kind of dirty.
He was a country singer.
Kenneth Copeland?
Copeland? Piper, no.
Piper, no.
He had a song called Pledge of Love.
Hell yeah, brother.
You want to see it?
Yes.
You want to hear it? Okay.
Yeah.
Here it is. No, he was not a Christian at this point.
This turned into Jesus.
Wait for his docile.
I can't let you go. I must make you see. You mean more to me than each beat of my heart.
Baby Bobby Billy.
I can't live without you.
That's exactly who he sounds like.
Yeah.
Baby Bobby Billy?
No, Brother Billy.
Uncle Baby Billy.
Where'd Bobby come from?
Your heart.
I'm done. Thank you so much.
Gainesville, Texas.
Thank you so much.
Imperial Records. Imperial Records. All rights reserved. All rights reserved. He was a country singer.
Good for him.
Before he found the Lord.
I thought salesman was too obvious, but yeah. I went with it because I wanted to follow my heart.
Well, while I was a pastor, people...
Ew,
yuck. Don't do that. Don't stop it. While I was a pastor, people would come to me and say, had I considered being a salesman? And I never took that well. I always thought it was an insult.
Yeah. Why?
Because they were like...
Aren't you selling God?
Yeah, they're like, you're talking people into stuff. And I was like, but I believe it. And they're like, sure. But people believe that they're selling the best dishwasher, I guess.
That's true. You'd make a great dishwasher salesman.
Thank you. I was a great dishwasher salesman in college. I sold appliances at Sears. I was part-time.
Completely.
And I was the #1 salesman in the department.
That is so insane. Because I just want to let y'all know we did look like we were 12 years old when we were in college.
Oh,
can you imagine going into a Sears and a 12-year-old's like, let me show you the latest Kenmore model. I got a break in 5 minutes. Anybody want to go see him? What was that snuff film? What was that? What was that? I was like, what's a kid thing? And I was like, snuff film. I don't know.
No, I would show him. I'd be like, you want to see if I'm circumcised or not?
I got a head.
What do you think that means? So keeping on the Kenneth Copeland train here.
Sure.
His rise to fame started with his first nationally televised show. This was when he became a televangelist, truly. What was the name of his TBN? That was the network.
I remember
TV show. He started in 1979. I'm going to give you 4 choices. Here we go. A, Victory Over the Storm with Kenneth Copeland. B. Faith That Always Wins with Kenneth Copeland. C. Believer's Voice of Victory with Kenneth Copeland. Or D. The Power in the Word with Kenneth Copeland. Which one was it? Victory Over the Storm, Faith That Always Wins, Believer's Voice of Victory, or Power in the Word?
Believer's Voice of Victory.
Holy shit, you got it right.
Well, I remember it. I remember the commercials.
Do you?
Yeah, it ran for like ever. You don't remember?
No.
Do you know how I remembered it? Was the way you said it. You said it just like they did on the commercial.
I did?
Yeah. The brilliant voice of victory.
Really?
Yeah, I recognized it from your voice. You don't remember that?
No.
Yeah. It started in 1979. We definitely were alive at some point when it was on.
TBN, by the way, if people don't know what that is, it was founded in 1973 by Paul and Jan Crouch. And they were some of the first people to get
drag queen,
super rich.
Yeah.
On that Jesus.
Jan Crouch wore gigantic pink and gray hair.
Yeah, Google her.
Love her.
She was
a
wild.
drag queen. Yeah.
They got in a lot of trouble tax wise because they were trying to use
church funds
to do crazy things. So
not crazy things. Okay.
No, absolutely. Let's stick with your position and let me tell you what they spent $100,000 on.
Great.
A motorhome for their dogs.
Okay.
They traveled a lot.
To stand by the last part.
And their dogs needed their own space, but they needed to be in like a home environment. So they spent $100,000 of donated nonprofit funds.
Sure.
For that. They also near you.
Oh my God, thank you.
I believe. What is it? In Newport Beach. That's not far from you, right?
I mean, it's not close, but yeah.
What is it?
Newport.
No, like an hour,
Newport
2
Beach.
hours.
Like an hour.
That's close. An hour is close. So
I honestly don't know. I just said that.
They're in a beachfront neighborhood. They bought his and her mansions.
That's nice.
His and her mansions.
Don't you remember Mama and Papa had their own bedrooms?
That's pretty similar.
And they were across the hall.
What about the they them mansions?
They each had their own bathroom. And I remember once I did use the bathroom so badly, and the only one available was Papa's, and it freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah, it smelled real strong.
Yes.
Yeah, he had that brute cologne smell.
Not just that, but there were so many tubes. He had so many things to like help his body work. You don't remember that?
They failed.
There's just a lot of fucking things.
He did have a lot of things. What if our legs cross the same way?
We're never gonna figure this out. This is your doing.
I just want to see if we should cross our legs the same way.
Stay next to this snoring dog.
Okay, Kenneth has always been a friend to the gay community.
Hell yeah, brother.
What did he pray against when praying for the election of Donald Trump?
Pray against?
He prayed against these specific things. Here we go. I'm going to give you 4 options.
Okay.
Was it the homosexual lesbian spirits? Was it the gay male love curse?
Girl.
Was it the...
I prayed against that too.
Transgender demon cloud?
Hot.
It's a great band name. Yeah. Or was it the queer socialist hex of confusion? Do you want to hear those again?
No. What year? Which election?
It's a great question. I believe 2016. I could be wrong.
Well, if it's 2016, it's not transgender because they're recent.
They didn't exist.
They just got invented.
They did. Well, they didn't exist.
Exactly. Well, Biden made them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with the long one, the hex one.
I'm so sorry.
Did you make that up?
Yeah.
Read that. Read that again. The hex one. Read it.
Queer socialist hex of confusion.
Oh, well, he wouldn't say queer. Okay.
Yes, he would.
He blamed gay guys.
Queer.
Gay guys.
Can't you hear him say that?
Gay
queer.
Men love. Gay love curse.
No.
That one's so funny.
Thank you.
What did he say?
Homosexual lesbian spirits. Here it is. Here's the exact quote.
That's actually not funny.
He was a Trump faith advisor, and he was leading a prayer for a Trump win, and he said, "We break the power of the homosexual lesbian spirits that are trying to ruin our children and ruin this nation."
Homosexual lesbians.
Let me ask you a question. And let me ask you a question, listeners, viewers, whoever. Would you wear that on a t-shirt?
Yes.
Great t-shirt idea.
Absolutely.
Great t-shirt idea.
Can we get working on that?
I'll get somebody right on it.
Homosexual lesbian spirit.
Obi, make a t-shirt.
So does that mean the lesbian is now straight?
Make a t-shirt. He's going to work right on it. He's thinking about it.
The inside of his ear is so warm.
But the outside?
The inside.
So cold.
Yeah.
So
Cold ear.
Here we go.
warm
Last
inside.
question before we get to
Okay.
the viral video of clips of him. Kenneth is a proponent of the prosperity gospel.
Hell yeah, brother.
Which we explained earlier, the healthy, wealthy, and wise stuff. What is the phrase most often used when referring to giving money to their ministry? Is it A, plant a promise? Come plant a promise with Kenneth Copeland. Is it birth a breakthrough? God's got a breakthrough for you, brother. She's got to birth that breakthrough with a gift of $1,000. Is it send a sacrifice? The Lord sacrifices for you. You sacrifice the things you love. You love the Lord, send a sacrifice. Or is it sow a seed? You're gonna put that seed in the ground, that seed of faith, it's gonna grow. Which one is it?
Sow a seed.
You're right.
Yeah. I've
That
heard
is the phrase.
1,000 times.
Now,
Our pastor used to say that.
did he?
Probably, I don't know.
Not about
I
money.
like to talk with authority without
about
knowing
money.
things.
What's interesting is someone else recently has used this phrase quite a lot. Trump's faith advisor. Do you know who that is?
The girl.
What's her name?
Crazy bitch.
That's her middle name.
What is her name? Lori.
Paula
Poundstone.
White.
Paula White.
Paula White. And so she, for Easter, which is coming up.
I'm going to be in Costa Rica during Holy Week. I'm going to see some statues flying down the street.
Palm Sunday's tomorrow.
Hell yeah, brother. I'm flying to Costa Rica on Palm
That's so
Sunday.
wild. It's just so wild because, like, Drew, for my entire 17-year career, this was like the most important 2 weeks all year
It's
long.
still very important.
No. Like all I think about and talk about forever and ever and ever. Now I don't care.
Why?
It's not real.
But what a story.
What a story. Paula White just recently. This is Obi. We're listening to Obi breathing again. This is your butthole breathing.
I'm just trying to listen to you, brother.
So Paula White has offered 7 blessings. You know what?
No, don't do that one. That one would be shocking.
So 7 blessings if you sow a seed of $1,000 donation or more.
Yeah.
So she's
Patreon.
She's guaranteed these 7 blessings.
Thank you, patrons.
Can you guess any of them? I'm not going to give you multiple choice on this.
Oh, you don't get to choose the blessings.
She's guaranteeing these 7 blessings, and they're great blessings.
Okay.
I would take all of these based on Exodus 23. If you want to remember Exodus 23,
obviously.
Yeah.
Get out of here, guys. It's Exodus.
That's what Pharaoh said to Moses and the Israelites. He was like, get out of here, guys. It's Exodus time.
Did everyone that was born in his family get the first name Pharaoh?
Yeah.
Oh, obviously one is a no finance, no cash down offer on a 2016 Highlander.
It's a solid car. It's a great family vehicle.
And it gets dirty so fast.
That's what I have. And
on
it's
the
dirty.
Inside.
Yeah, the kids are gross. All right, so Drew, here they are. Let me ask you, and tell me, would you give $1,000? If this was real, would you give $1,000 for these things?
Yes, I would.
Because you would get all 7 of these.
Yeah, man.
Are you ready?
I don't need to know. I trust her.
God will assign an angel to you.
Wait, for $1,000?
I thought that Christians believe that you already had an angel, right? Guardian angel, isn't that the concept?
That's kind of your whole job. I don't know why you're asking me. You know what? You know what I find strange about that? Even if the angel is getting minimum wage, that's not $1,000 won't get you very far. How long do you have the angel? Forever?
It's a great point. It doesn't say, so there's a good chance that it is just for like an hour. He'll just hang out.
Well, that $1,000 isn't minimum
and you won't even
wage.
know he's invisible.
He's not invisible if you believe.
Can I tell you that when I did believe in
Mm-hmm.
angels and demons, I was afraid of seeing them all the time.
Insane. That's insane.
I was afraid of
That's
seeing
insane
them all the
because
time.
I know you're saying that, and I think people are thinking of it as like you're 20 years old, you're a young kid. It's like 36-year-old Grant is going, oh God, there's a demon over there. I bet, oh God, I hope I don't see an angel.
I feel it here on the couch with me right now.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
It is
You
weird.
Embarrassed?
I mean, I really wasn't until you started saying it like that.
It's weird, man.
Fucking asshole. Okay, so God will assign an angel to you. We don't know for how long. we can't imagine it's going to be that long.
Do we get to pick who they are? Do we have a choice?
No, but but you don't have to worry about it because they're all white. All right, here we go.
Oh yeah.
God will be
White
an enemy to your enemies.
To Paula White?
He's going to be against you. That would be pretty funny if you sent her $1,000. And then God's like, I don't know what to
you.
do.
Yeah, I would love that. I'd love to have a teammate.
Third, God will give you prosperity. That seems pretty simple.
Love that one, yeah.
4, God will take sickness away from you.
I hate being sick.
It also doesn't say how long. And it doesn't say he's not going to give it to someone you love.
Take sickness away, and then it turns out this is all monkey paw stuff.
It's all monkey paw.
It turns out it's all happening to your 6-year-old daughter.
You have fibromyalgia. You wake up feeling great.
God's fighting her because she's your enemy.
Wakes up and she's like, everything hurts.
Oh, poor Janine.
God will give you a long life.
No thanks.
But I guess
I'm all good on that.
I guess that's something that, I mean, if you're wrong, what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
I mean,
you're not gonna ask for your money back.
No,
you're dead.
God will bring increase and inheritance. I don't know what that means. Everything's gonna get bigger.
Increase in inheritance.
And inheritance. I guess in the book of Exodus, they were inheriting the promised land.
They were.
She's now applying it to people, and it doesn't.
And I knew that
sense.
about Exodus.
God will give a special year of blessing. That's pretty vague.
A year, though.
But it's vague.
It could be your last year of life, and the blessing is just that you're still
It's going to be over. Oh,
yeah.
It's going to end.
No, it's a giant countdown clock. Here's your blessing, babe. For a year, you get to watch getting closer.
This is a good idea for a movie. Can you imagine how ominous it would be if you woke up one day? This is a Black Mirror episode, probably. And there's just a countdown clock above your head.
Mm-mm.
No one else can see it. You can see it.
Oh, suicide.
You
fast.
You try. You can't.
I don't want to know the end.
It's not successful.
I don't want to know the end. Oh, drugs, alcohol.
What?
Crazy. I would just immediately start doing a bunch of drugs and alcohol.
Oh.
Listen, I'm not a survivor. I've never claimed to be.
You know, that's the one Destiny's Child song you would never sing in the car.
But for principle alone.
Like, not me.
Principle alone.
Not me. And I had to respect it. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I know I've probably told the story before, but...
Okay, tell it again.
But the prosperity gospel, this whole idea that if you live the right way and you pray the right things and you give enough money, whatever, that God will do these things. Obviously, it preys on some of the most vulnerable, needy people, and it leads them to like really dark places. And so there was a lady in our former church in Tennessee who was a wonderful, sweet lady. I know I've talked about her a million times because she used to call me on my birthday every year.
Oh, yeah.
That lady. But if you remember, she believed in this. She was like a prosperity gospel person.
That sucks.
And her son was paralyzed in a car accident when he was a sheriff's deputy. He was like pursuing a suspect, got in a horrible wreck, and became a quadriplegic. She believed for the rest of her life that he wasn't walking because of her sin or her lack of faith. Oh. She spent every day praying for him. Every day, like every time there was like somebody who's like, if you ride into me and you give me $20, I'll pray for healing for your boy. She would do it.
Yeah.
And she's like the sweetest old lady. She was 93 when we left the church. And she would go, I'd go, how are you doing? And she would say, my knees are hurting, but I'm praying. And if I have enough faith, the Lord's going to heal my knees. And I was like, you're 93. The fact that you have knees.
She just wants hope.
But it made her guilty. She used to cry to me about her son not walking, and she would say, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with my faith? Ugh. And I was like, it's not strong enough, bitch. Get more money.
Try praying in Spanish. Like, just switch it up.
What if that's the problem?
Maybe it's boring. Maybe if God doesn't speak English?
What if
you ever
God
think about that, bitch?
What if God only speaks Latin and we don't do it anymore?
Oh, we don't do it anymore.
And he's like, nobody talks to me.
God, I wonder what's going on down there. Y'all,
talk to me.
Is everything okay?
It's a real mean girl situation going on. So, Drew, I want to show you some viral clips.
Hell yeah,
of our boy. All of them in their own way are special, but they're building to the clip you wanted to talk about, which is the crazy whatever. Okay, so this first. Oh, but this is inappropriate. Don't
wiener.
Don't do that. We're gonna get demonetized. Obi, come on, man. This one, I apologize that it's a short. I apologize for the format because people like added their own like.
Oh, there's a little guy there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's little music sound effects, but you'll
Oh,
get
no.
you'll get the gist of it.
Okay.
So he didn't want to have gray hair anymore,
Yeah, me neither, bro.
so he commanded his hair not to turn gray.
Wow.
When I entered covenant with Jesus to live to be 120 years old.
He thinks he's gonna live to
And
be
so
120.
then I had a lot
You'll
of
be
business to
delivered.
take care of. And so I began to speak to my hair. It started turning gray. Well, I went to him about this, and I said, I don't care. It's scriptural to become gray-headed. But you said you're doing this because of the word of faith. So I'm going to talk to my hair. I started talking to it, and it started becoming gray all around, and I said, no, I'm not having that. No. Stand there in the mirror and look at it and say, gray hair, bye.
Wait,
And it's gone.
what?
He claims that he commanded his gray hair to be brown.
Oh my God.
First off, he
I should
claimed
do
that
that.
he's entered a covenant with God, that if he keeps his promises to God, God will let him live to be 120 years old.
Why would you want that?
Well, and also you believe heaven is coming.
Also, don't you just get bored?
It's like that joke. I think it was an old Louis C.K. joke where he talked about death is good because like when you get to be a certain age, like you're 100 years old, he goes, no one knows you anymore. Just leave. You're gonna run into somebody at the store and you're like, oh hey, like no, everyone you know is
Yeah.
dead. No one knows you anymore. Just
Yeah.
move on.
You're done.
But then he claims that as his hair turned gray, he just commanded it to turn brown again.
It so clearly died.
Clearly died.
Poorly.
That's so crazy too, is there's some of these people, I think Osteen falls in this category. I think they believe what they're saying. And with him, he obviously knows he's lying. He obviously knows he dyes his hair.
Listen, I think what we need to do here is stop critiquing men's bodies.
That's the whole point.
That's why we brought this up. That's why we brought up Kenneth Copeland.
Is stop talking about our bodies.
Just stop.
everybody.
Like the fact that he had to take time out of his sermon to
Address
to address his hair. We created that problem, not him.
Mm-mm.
We did that.
Thank you. Finally, someone was brave enough to say it.
I am brave. I'm bruised. I'm who I'm meant to be. I'm Darby.
You're okay. Drew would have rhymed, but
No, it wouldn't. With this is me.
in here. Okay,
You
so
need to pray about your gray brain matter. What? Dead. Gray brain matter means dead, right?
yeah.
Bummer.
So Drew, I don't know if you remember. We had a pandemic. Do you remember this?
What?
Yeah, COVID-19.
Oh, cholera. Yes, I remember cholera.
Kenneth Copeland very famously blew COVID-19 away
Oh yeah.
in the name of Jesus.
He saved us.
And so I know you've probably seen
I
it.
love it. No, I
but
love it. I'll watch it 1,000 times.
I'd love for you to see it again. It's Kenneth Copeland blowing COVID away.
He looked like a maniac.
COVID-19. Burn. Well, I'm telling you, it gets hot down there. I mean, like Jesse says, it's Africa hot down there, man. And it gets... Are you listening to me? Because it's right there on the coast. It gets muggy, and that's what it takes to kill this thing. It hates heat. It hates humidity. It hates water. It just dies. I hollered at the top of my voice, in the name of Jesus, you get back up there where you belong. Oh, boy, up it went. Ow. Yeah. I messed us up. Man.
Oh my God. First of all, COVID-19 is not afraid of water.
COVID-19.
I was on board with everything he was saying until he said it was afraid of water.
And humidity?
Yeah, I think I got COVID in the water.
The humid water you were in.
It's so humid here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to Costa Rica where it's even worse.
So COVID-19, obviously, he did that in 2020.
And it stopped.
And it stopped. Everyone's alive.
I can't ever think about the pandemic.
Without thinking about Chris Green.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. I think about it all the time. We tell the story a lot. It stuck with me forever.
It was it New York Times documentary? The New York Times did that documentary about people in like the rural South.
Or they did, like a 15-minute YouTube video, but yes.
Yes.
That is documentary style, of course.
Who were against the vaccine. And
it was when Arkansas hit its like numbers. You remember in the early vaccine or the early pandemic days, we were tracking it by state where we'd be like, it looks like Arkansas is now where all of COVID lives. I don't know why we did that. But so the New York Times
fun stuff.
Went there to write a story about it because obviously it's a state filled with free thinkers. And
free to not think.
And I put it on, to angry watch, to rage bait myself. Okay.
Sure.
I like to goon my rage bait. Okay. So I'm gooning. And I'm like, oh my God, what idiot is about to die in this fucking hospital? And then they're like, so we spoke to Chris Green. And I was like, what the fuck? And it was this younger couple, younger than my parents' couple. They came to Bellevue, our mega church, and they didn't have any friends. And so mom and dad reached out to like be their friends. And then they ended up being friends for a long time.
Yeah.
Like to this day, they're still friendly. And
they were at our house a lot.
If they hadn't moved to Arkansas when they did, I think they would still be in our house today. No, I think they
killed our parents.
I think they would have been close to anyway. So like he's just, I know him as like the guy from church, and
he took me to see Men in Black.
He did
for our birthday.
That's so our birthday. Where was I? Did I go?
No, you didn't.
Why?
I got movie passes from somebody for my birthday,
and you wanted to take Chris Green.
We were talking about it, and then I was like, "Dad, do you think it'd be cool if I went with Chris?" I thought he was cool. He was younger than our dad.
I gotta be honest. He was so hot, tall, bald, goofy dude.
Okay,
goofy dick.
This is your thing.
Anyway,
this is your trauma.
He's in the ICU. They're interviewing him through the window,
through the wall, through the sweat dripping down his balls.
They are talking to the doc. Like he knows that it's not going well, and he knows that once he's on a ventilator, he's dead. They're asking him about, like, the doctor's talking about you may have to be put on a ventilator, which at that time, that was basically the death sentence.
Yeah.
And they're like, now that now that you've gone through this and it may get worse. Well, first of all, why didn't you get the vaccine? Well, I'm a libertarian. Makes sense. Totally. Or thank you for answering a different question with that answer. And then they're like, okay, well, now that you've been through all of this, if you could go back and get the vaccine, like, would you recommend other people get the vaccine? He said no. He would need to see more research. And then he died.
Sir, sorry not to interrupt. I know your face is currently being eaten by the leopards, but would you recommend other people wear the leopard face shield in the future?
I need more research.
I can still see out of one of my eyes.
Maybe the internet is bad.
Huh.
Yeah.
It was wild seeing him on there.
Yeah. It was wild because it was one of those, I think it really was like about like an 8-10 minute video, and they started with Chris so that they could build up so that they end the piece with, and Chris died. We get him a lot at the beginning, and then they're talking to different people about different things, and they keep cutting back to him. So
as he declines.
And so I'm watching this like family friend that we grew up with, like slowly dying of COVID. It was maddening to watch because it was so pointless. And his daughter was a child bride the next year. Like he didn't even see his children get married at too young an age. Like it was so stupid. It was so pointless, and it was so reckless. And for what? And for what?
Liberty.
That makes you a good person. That makes you a good dad.
Liberty.
Fuck you, dude.
Whoa, chill out. He's dead, bro.
Whoa,
He's
sorry,
gone.
Chris.
Relax.
I apologize.
Rest in peace, King.
Did he die though? I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. Gaslight. So they were super, super conservative,
Mhm.
super Jesus-y, super sheltered and stuck. Do you know what Jennifer does now? His widow.
I'm going to guess LuLaRoe.
She loves being outdoors. She loves the national parks.
Nice.
She drives tour buses in national parks.
Oh yeah. Well, she was a school bus driver.
Yes.
That was her job.
So she like drives she's like, I'm gonna go live in Alaska for a year and drive up there.
I love
Then I'm gonna
that.
go to Yosemite, and then I'm gonna go over to this place, and I'm gonna go to this place. How cool is that?
She's free.
She's free.
Maybe she just needed to be free.
Maybe she was like, maybe Chris at first was like, this thing looks bad. We should probably get the vaccine.
And she's like,
And she's like,
we need more research.
What do you? Hey, aren't you a libertarian? Aren't you a man?
Aren't you
Hey,
a
Chris,
man?
aren't you a man?
Go shake some hands.
Get out there.
Get out there and
those
hug.
doorknobs like you used to. Don't let
Rest
anything
in
hold
peace,
you back.
Chris. Gone too soon.
Hey, rest in peace.
Gone too soon.
Rest in peace.
But it's this kind of shit. It's the same like with the Kenneth Copeland. It's all such a waste of time. We had a serious issue. We have a millionaire, a multi-millionaire man putting on this show when he could actually have been helping people with that money, helping people in his own church with that money. But instead, he's on the TV asking for money as he's lying to them about COVID.
Whoa.
It's
Lying.
just so
He blew it
stupid.
away.
I know.
But if you believe that the man on TV blowing into the microphone is changing your life, it's probably best you don't get the vaccine, right?
Well, Grant, in 2020,
That's probably
was
best.
that you?
No.
I'll say this.
I'll say it.
It's a belief system. And so I think obviously you don't deconstruct all at once. And so I think the levels with which you deconstructed are insane. And every time you bring up something else that you're like, no, I actually believed that. And I'm like, when did you believe that? And you're like, until a couple years ago. I'm like, that's fucking crazy.
Like what?
And then I'll say something else. I'm like, well, did you believe this? Which is like a common thing. And you'll be like, well, no, of course not. There's just like this that you believed you might see an angel or a demon in your kitchen. It could happen. That's crazy to me. But then I'll bring
I
up.
still believe that.
Yeah.
I don't believe that they exist as a concept.
Well, listen, I'm always looking for an angel or a demon. I keep an open mind. I don't know for sure.
Open minds, open hearts,
Open wallets.
closed
Kenneth Copeland in
caskets.
here.
Chris
Who's
Green.
closed?
This clip, this is the one that kicked it all off. This is the viral one.
The luxury jet.
It's the luxury jet
Yeah.
that he had a conversation with Jesse Duplantis,
Yeah.
who has an old plantation style home
Not great.
that is massive.
Sure.
Like Google it. It's massive.
I'm good.
Hey, also by the way, while we're looking at YouTube right now, I'm getting like my recommended videos are popping up, and John Hamm hosted SNL.
Oh, weird. We're over John Hamm.
We were just talking about this today.
Happy for him.
I like his new show. Honestly,
Super
I do.
happy for him.
I do.
We did too much John Hamm.
We got too much John Hamm all at once.
Oh, he's goofy. He can be goofy.
He's so
not
handsome.
that goofy.
Yeah, like a cartoon pilot.
Happy for him.
Happy for him. It's over, John.
It's over for me.
Hey, John. It's
Happy
over.
for you.
But first, before I read the scripture, Amos chapter 6. Brother Copeland, I was flying home from
That's
a meeting,
Jesse Duplantis,
and I
baby.
had come out of a glorious meeting.
Glorious.
I had just spent me and
Glorious.
Creflo Dollar were preaching. Had a glorious meeting. So I was, for lack of a better way to say it, I was spiritually high. I said, people were saved, touched, and blessed. Got in the plane that God so graciously gave us. We're flying home. As I was going home, the Lord, real quickly, he said, Jesse, do you like your plane? Now, I thought that's an odd statement. I said, well, certainly, Lord. He said, do you really like it? And I thought, well, yes, Lord. Then he said this, so that's it? I didn't know how to handle it for me. I went, what? He said, you're going to let your faith stagnate? And when he said that, that shocked me.
That's
I
mental
went, whoa,
illness,
wait.
baby.
I literally unbuckled my seatbelt, my plane. I stood up. My pilots looked around and said, do you need something? But I said, no, I'm talking to God right now. And he went back to flying. I said, Lord, I don't think I was letting my faith stagnate. He said, so this is all I could ever do. I said, you're trying to tell me something. He said, go to the book of Amos. So if you're at the book of Amos, I want to read the scripture.
May I
right now.
interrupt you there
Yes,
for
sir.
a second?
Mhm.
You couldn't have done that on an airliner.
No, sir. No way.
Stand up and say, what'd you say, Lord?
No.
Okay, no, yeah. And the
Could do
guy
it
sitting over
flying
there,
commercially.
what the hell does he think he's doing? You can't do
You
that.
can't do that.
No, No.
Oh, so that's why he needs the
This is so
plane,
important.
so he can
And
talk
those
to
that,
God.
that are just
This
now
is so
coming into
important.
these things, in the first place, Jesse and I and others, Keith Moore and Creflo and all of us, the world is in such a shape, we can't get there without this.
That's
We've
right.
got to have this. We would have, the mess that the airlines are in today, I would have to stop. I'm being very conservative. At least 75 to 80, more like 90% of what we're doing, because you can't get there
And
from here.
it's impossible.
So and
How
this
do people
was such a
tour?
good illustration. I just
Well, it's impossible.
the Lord
I don't.
impressed me. That's why we're on that airplane. We can talk to
Oh,
God.
glory to
we
God.
Can, we,
It's true.
it's when I was flying for Oral Roberts.
Glory to God.
The Brother Deweese, my boss on the airplane, he said, "Now, Kenneth, this is sanctuary. It protects the anointing on Brother Roberts." And he said, "You keep your mouth shut. Don't talk to him unless he talks, because when he's on a meeting, he doesn't talk to anybody but God." Now, Oral used to fly airlines,
Right.
but even back there then, man, it got to the place where it was agitating his spirit.
Sure.
People coming
Here it
up
is.
to him. He had become famous, and they wanting him to pray for him and
Right.
all that. You can't.
How dare they?
You can't manage that today.
Right.
This dope-filled world.
Right.
Get in a long tube with a bunch of demons.
Right. That's exactly.
And
There's
it's
too many
deadly.
demons.
And he works on you hard.
Is he calling the people who ride airplanes demons?
So that's the interpretation. So the next video we're going to watch is him, the Inside Edition reporter,
Yes.
confronting him.
I love this clip.
And
This is the clip that I think about whenever someone says Kenneth
So-
Copeland,
so
which
real quick-
happens a lot.
so this video we just watched, Jesse Duplantis is a fascinating person.
Yeah.
He is so terrible and he's so funny.
I have to admit, I don't know who that is.
I know. I didn't either until this became famous, and then I looked more into him. He is wild. First off, he
Love
speaks
him.
with a black accent. That's like his thing.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
And you can cut this out.
Okay.
I went to see Piper in Shrek,
I know
the
exactly what you're gonna
musical,
say.
and she was fantastic.
She did not do that.
Legitimately, she has an incredible voice.
Yeah.
Shocking. Shocked.
Yeah,
Shocked.
she's incredible. She really is.
But the entire cast, for the most part, were white children.
What?
And so they cast the donkey. It was a young white boy, but they said,
Oh,
"Hey,"
he was gray.
they said, "Hey, still do Eddie Murphy though." Like, you've seen the movie, right? Still do it. So the whole play, there's this skinny little white kid, gray kid. You're right. I apologize.
Mhm.
And he's doing a lot. He's saying a lot, and he's saying it in a certain way. And then,
It was like Eddie Murphy was in the room with us.
honestly,
Yeah.
it really was. And, was I looking around the room to see if there were any black people in the audience to just kind of like let them know that I also thought it was weird? Yeah.
Sure.
Did I see any black people? No. It was tough. It was tough.
It was,
tough.
you know what's funny is the first time we saw it, he came out and Piper was like, "He's so good. Just wait till you see him." Which this kid is good.
He's a great Eddie Murphy impersonator.
he
like legit.
Well, the other plays we've
would
seen him
kill.
in, he really is great. And like
He is very talented. Yes.
with kids theater, there are a lot of kids that they just don't fit anywhere else.
Yeah.
So they come do theater, and so it's not that they have a talent for it or anything.
They're just happy to be there.
They're just happy to be there. They're happy
Yeah.
to be anywhere with anyone making out. Was that Dashboard Confessionals?
Is that a TV show?
It's a band. Wasn't that the song?
I just asked if it was a TV show.
Anywhere
You're
with
asking about the song?
anyone making out.
Okay.
Screaming Infidelities. That's the name of the song. Your hair is everywhere.
Oh, I just
Screaming
needed to hear
Infidelities.
the title.
But this kid is actually talented.
No, he is. I felt so bad, and I also felt a little crazy. I wanted to scream gaslight because I'm looking around the room. Everyone is like
I don't know about that.
loving it.
What were they supposed to do? Can I ask
Go like
you?
this.
That was an appropriate response for that little kid.
Wait. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that one. Here's the thing: if the director came out and was like, "I did a great job with Donkey," right? Then everyone in the audience should go,
You want to hear something insane? The director or the person, someone who worked there.
Oh, this was the director.
She gives this long ass curtain speech for a children's version of Shrek Jr. with white donkey, gray
donkey.
And she is thanking everyone who had anything to do with it at any point in time. Is this the closing performance? No. Is this the opening performance? No. It's just a performance. And she's giving us, anyway.
It's not even the track one performance. Like, they have multiple tracks where they're like, these kids could go, these kids could go. Track one's the all-stars.
Like, and you just need to know that this was built specifically by this man. And of course, if you've noticed, this leaf over here was purchased at Michael's with my mother's account. And then, it was so long. And then finally, we think she's finished. And someone, like, whispers from the side. And they're like, Miss Paula. And she's like, oh, and of course, is Miss Paula here? Is Miss Paula here?
And of course, she's not.
It's Miss Paula. So she's not.
She's not.
And so, but she asks for too long. If she's here. And then finally someone screams like, I think she's in the lobby taking pictures or something. And then she's like, oh, okay. Well, just so you're all aware, just for your own knowledge, Miss Paula is our incredible costume designer, blah, blah, blah. And she's out in the lobby right now taking pictures. And I was like, we didn't need to know that. We didn't need to know that.
But we know it now.
At all.
But we know it.
Sorry, I'm being such a bitch. Overall, I had a wonderful time. I enjoyed it very much.
You really were into it.
I was.
You're very into it.
Well,
children's theater is fun.
It is. Seeing my niece do something so, I know this sounds so stupid, but it felt so incredible. I just I get it now. Like when mom and dad would be so proud when I would do plays or something, and they'd be like,
one play before.
Dad would come to every show choir performance and record all of them on a video camera, and then we'd watch them together. Like my dad was very into my show choir days. I always thought it was so weird that they'd be like, you're going to be on Broadway. But no, watching Piper dress as a gingerbread man, kind of tap dance. I was like, oh, okay, so you're Gene Kelly. Oh, so you're a movie star. Oh, okay, so you're the best performer I've ever seen. Okay, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's great.
She's so I had a great time.
But she wouldn't do the voice.
She didn't do the voice. Here's what
real miss.
Here's what I think.
Real miss there.
She was not a
good. My gumdrop buttons.
Well, and Pinocchio did the voice.
Pinocchio did the voice, and she was phenomenal.
Well, that's why she's not gonna play with fire. It's already been done well. I think Piper did not make a good gingerbread man, but she did make an incredible performer.
Yes,
sorry.
Agreed.
What are we talking about?
My gumdrop buttons.
Piper's like, my gumdrop buttons, idiot.
She did. She wouldn't do the voice. And says, she's like, not my gumdrop buttons, bitch.
It did sound really aggressive.
It was fantastic. All right,
She's
so
scary.
So Jesse Duplantis is wild. I would love to talk about him sometime. He had shoes with like gold, like literally like a gold plate on them or whatever. They're like some designer shoes or whatever. And he was like, hey, zoom in on these. I'm walking on gold because God wants us to have the best. And like, yeah, he's a remarkable piece of shit. This clip goes viral. And the reason it goes viral, of course, is them saying you're trapped in a tube filled with demons. This dope-filled world. You're in a tube trapped with demons. So Inside Edition catches up with our boy, Kenny. Inside Edition.
I loved Inside Edition.
I did too.
Red.
I really did.
It was like red and gold.
He's getting into his Cadillac Escalade.
Mm-hmm.
And she just runs up to him and starts interviewing him.
Mm-hmm.
And he does an interview. And it's unhinged.
I love him.
It's absolutely unhinged.
Yeah.
So, Drew, the best parts of this is long. It's like a 20-minute interview.
No, I'm not doing that.
So the best parts are in this YouTube shorts and it's short that I'm going to show you. And I want to apologize. Someone added music. People can't help but add shitty music under their YouTube shorts or TikTok videos. So
is that the only version you could find?
That was these clips. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
And I didn't want to take the time to like edit it. Forget all of that.
Isn't it true that you want to fly commercial so that you can fly in luxury? How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's really none of your business, but...
Isn't it the business of your donors?
Listen, I paid. You kind of caught me off guard here, okay? The airplane that we have that I bought from Tyler Perry, And I didn't pay anywhere. Tyler's one of the greatest guys. He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it. I love your eyes.
Again, getting back to the comment, you said that you don't like to fly
I love your
commercial
eyes.
because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
Watch his face.
We wrestle not with flesh and blood.
Can you imagine truly any other religion behaving that way and all of us being like, listen,
He's a man of God.
he's a man of God.
He's
you
a
just don't
man of
understand.
God.
You just don't understand.
That switch up
Scary.
was wild.
Yeah. It's tough.
Because it was like the mask slipped.
It slipped and he caught it and he was like, oh, fuck. And so then he does a quick
No, I
smile to
didn't.
recover.
Don't you say that I did.
Yeah.
I
And then he
mean,
drops it.
oh my God.
I don't know. There's something really hot about that.
Oh my God.
There's just something about you could tell, yeah, he's mean, but he knows when to rein it in. He knows when to stop choking. You know what I mean?
Can I tell you
When
that
you come.
that's when you stop?
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell you that I watch these videos all the time for entertainment?
Sure.
All the time. Like when I'm bored, I will type in Kenneth Copeland in YouTube, or I'll type
I
in
do that on
Jesse
TikTok.
Duplantis.
I do that on TikTok.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love these videos.
I love Jim Baker videos.
I love how Jimmy B.
Jimmy B. I love him.
Jimmy B. What a great movie.
I didn't see it. Oh, wait. What movie? The new one? Tammy and with Jessica Chastain?
Is it just an Andrew Garfield place?
Yeah, I didn't see it. Wait. I did see it. Hang on.
Okay.
I think I liked it. Yes, I did.
I did. Endorsement.
I was nervous. No.
Cannot remember if they saw it.
I love Tammy Faye. I love that she got queer later in life.
Yeah.
Queer supporting. And I love her documentary, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, narrated by RuPaul. So I was nervous to see it because she is such a character, and I was afraid that she would come off as like a clown.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought Jessica Chastain did a wonderful job.
That is an interesting and specific take for someone who didn't remember.
I think she won the Oscar, didn't she? Not for that.
You're thinking of Rowan Atkinson.
Yes.
So that clip went viral for a lot of reasons.
It's so funny.
It's so good.
Unfortunately, I know when I watch those clips, that man is actively harming the people around him.
Mm-hmm.
And so that sucks. So it's not like funny haha. It's like funny hoo-hoo. You know?
What's that? What's the difference?
You're trying to swallow the ha because you don't want people to know that you think it's funny. Oh, that's funny. Ooh.
You shouldn't swallow your hot, because if you swallow your hot, it will come out of your
as a
pores.
Right?
So Drew, I wanna end our Kenneth Copeland
with a prayer.
Talk.
Okay.
With a prayer. Do you know he makes movies?
I do. We watch the same. I love to watch YouTubers make fun of Christian movies.
Got it.
Yeah.
So then we've seen the same.
Yeah.
Can I just want to show you the trailer for this movie.
I'm in.
Okay.
He's like an action hero, right?
So in this one, kind of, it's called The Rally. I'm not sure if this is it, but his ministry pays for these projects where he makes himself the star of these terrible movies. I think this was they bought a huge ad campaign for it or something, or they rented all these movie theaters. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, they rent out movie theaters. I think that's isn't that what Christian movies do? So it's
oh yeah.
We all have to rent out the theater.
God's Not Dead did that. I mean, I remember that was a big church push was to rent out. Okay, so this is called The Rally. And
I really enjoyed watching God's Not Dead with patrons. We should do that.
It was really fun. I want to watch all of them.
Let's do it.
All the God's Not Deads.
Let's do it.
The next one's Clarissa Explains It All.
Oh, I do want to watch that one because there's someone in it that I was disappointed. I'll think about it. I'll let you know.
Eric Roberts.
Who's that?
He's an actor.
Oh, good for him. It's important to have work.
So,
Julia Roberts' brother, Emma Roberts' dad.
The Rally movie. You thought Donkey's accent was offensive.
Okay.
Wait for this one.
Fulfilling the desires of the flesh.
That's him. That's Kenneth Copeland.
Now we were, by nature, the children of wrath, even as others. But God, who is rich in mercy, for his great love, wherewith he loved us.
What's the accent? Italian?
Dead in sin.
I think it's...
He's like a mafia boss?
But I don't know if it's that or if it's like a Latino accent.
Well, that's worse for sure.
Miguelito,
It's really hard to tell.
I need you to come to the house. Come
No,
quickly.
that's a Latino accent.
My whole life,
Is that okay? Latino
That's
accent?
50-50.
Yeah.
we work hard. Our name has respect. We say, people do. I'm going away. I'm
There's his
leaving
private plane.
this kind of life, and I've got to go now. What I was is all pass away. Controlling.
You want to see this?
Yeah, I really do.
That's not who I am anymore. It
I
changed.
just want to hear what the dialogue is that he wrote for this.
I'm trying to change this music, my nizzle, it's official. I'm tired of hearing haters that whistle and sizzle when gangsters pull out their pistols. I'm like only trying to get in the middle and settle the difference, cause too many rappers is tripping, don't nobody wanna listen. Plus I'm tired of all the cussing and cursing, so I started rehearsing, working on converting a better version for every person.
I love that we're not getting any scenes, we're just getting pictures of them. Like, we're not getting any dialogue.
He's orgasming there.
There's something over this big dark cloud
Oh, finally dialogue.
hanging over the people. You know, eventually that darkness, it consumes them. It wraps them up.
That's why this rally is so important. Growing up, everybody told me that I would not amount to anything. But you know
What?
one
Who?
day I heard God tell me something.
This is like the
Who is
sound
that?
guy forgot his
And
microphone.
that's when I began to see
And
the
then like, don't
things
worry, there's a microphone built into the camera. It'll be fine.
Okay, that looks fun.
It's a rally for Jesus. Rallyforchrist.org.
.org, I would go to that.
I need you to pull the trigger on something.
Oh no, he's gonna kill Jesus again.
Not that hard.
Oh no, he's gonna kill Jesus.
He didn't stay dead. It's not a problem.
My father.
Oh, he killed Kenneth Copeland? Oh.
Your son. And now, I give you mine.
The rally, baby.
The whole time I was watching that, I was just thinking, they showed just this like nothing guy at this poker table, just an extra sitting at the poker table. Someone, like an old woman whose son is paralyzed and she's on her last nickel, gave that to the church, and the church decided to make that movie. And so that woman's money is now in that random extra's pocket who was just there to sit at a table so they could pretend to play poker.
And now that random extra, Secretary of the Interior.
Thank God, he has such great credentials. He
Really
was in the
glad.
rally.
So that's Kenneth Copeland, man.
What a bummer. I mean, bummer because he's still actively hurting people, but
Uh-huh.
like once he's dead, it's gonna be so funny. Like
It'll be nice.
like talking about him, he can't hurt anybody anymore, so it'll be funny.
Can't wait, man.
Today it was still funny, but just kind of sad.
Yeah, but one day it'll be really funny because he'll be gone.
Yeah.
Wait, how old is he now?
Old enough to be dead.
He's 88. So we only have 32 more years.
Oh shit, yeah.
32
120.
more years, and then he'll
Wait,
be
so
gone.
that means God told him to make that movie.
God tells him to do everything he does.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. We should have made fun of it.
We should watch that. We should watch that with patrons.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
No, I'm so sorry, patrons, but I do need something to watch on the plane tomorrow.
Oh, you're going to go
So
watch it.
I'm going to have to watch it.
So we will absolutely schedule that
Yeah.
very soon. We'll do another Guys Not Dead 2 or something. Watch party. But also, patrons, thank you. Your names are scrolling over Drew's face. It doesn't
Thank
matter where he
you.
is; they'll always be there.
Thanks so much.
Not
Thank
over
you.
Obi though. He's protected and loved. But Drew, you're going to Costa Rica tomorrow, but then you come back
Yeah.
the following weekend,
hmm
and we're gonna have a meetup.
Yeah, we are.
We're gonna have a meetup. Angela said she got some ideas from the queen you met today.
Well, I kind of forced the queen into it. I was like, where do we
believe
go?
in
Blah, blah,
Santa
blah.
Twinnuendo.
And then I just said, like, if you think of any place or, like, you know of any brunch on this specific day, let me know. Just DM me. Like, I'll look for it, whatever. And Angela goes, now tell me the names again. What are those places? She starts writing them down. It was great.
And then he told her, and then she goes, I don't know about that.
And then he didn't know about that.
And deleted the note right in front of him.
We had to
power
leave
move.
the store.
Real
Everyone
power
was
move.
so confused.
Put that information out. We'll get it out there. We'll put it out in the world somewhere.
But it will be next Saturday.
Yeah. If you're not
or this Saturday. When does this come out? Tuesday? This Saturday.
This coming Saturday in Orlando.
Unless I die in Costa Rica.
God.
I'm in a fight with Paula's stepmom right now.
Only hope.
And her stepmom doesn't know it yet. And I'm really worried about what's about to happen with us.
Your attraction to that man is baffling.
Oh, I'm sorry. You've never wanted to sleep with a Costa Rican Mr. Bean?
I didn't say that.
Oh.
Yeah, Drew. I'm really tired. I want to go to bed.
It's 3:30 in the morning.
3:30 in the morning.
We were with kids all
with Troy
day.
and Abed. And from Obi
to your Kenobi.
Thank you for watching. This has been Twinnuendo.
Kiss.
Boop.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.